The assault on Carn Dûm saw the freedom of the Ranger Golodir, but proved fruitless as Lorniel perished, and Mordirith, the Steward of Angmar, withdrew into the fastness of the city. Lærden is in Garthforthner. Golodir, crushed by his daughter's death, told us to leave him be and to go seek with the elf Lærden. Golodir has returned, but he is not the man I once knew. There is no hope for my people. Lorniel was a sister to me. I do not know if I shall ever get over this.
The Iron Crown shall pay for Lorniel's death! Mark my words!
Golodir's pain is not unknown to me. I too lost a daughter to Angmar. Long, long ago. Ah, Travian. It is good that you have returned. I have known Golodir for many years, but never have I seen his spirit so broken. Though Lorniel's death was perhaps the final stone to be cast at his shattered heart, I sense there is something more dire at the root of his despair. We must reforge Golodir's spirit, my friend, though I know not how. I have only a dim flicker of a plan, but perhaps it will work. Golodir was a mighty warrior, and he could be reminded of that past if he were to have his weapons again. They were taken from him and given as gifts to the emissaries of the tribes of Angmar, as tokens of Mordirith's victory over the free peoples. Each of these emissaries occupies a tower at Barad Gulran, to the south. If we are fortunate, you will find Golodir's weapons and gear on these emissaries. I will go have a look. It seems like just yesterday that Lorniel and I were children running through Estelden. Now she is gone. I wished Golodir to be free, to be returned to us, but not in exchange for Lorniel. Never that. Here we are at Minas Agar.
Many are the hillmen of Angmar who have chosen to serve the Iron Crown. Now they seek further favor from their dark masters by sending an emissary to Minas Agar. If the hillmen cannot be dissuaded, Eriador will surely fall.
You are not from Carn Dûm. What are you doing here? Stop right where you are, or you will not leave this room alive. So be it. Prepare for your undoing. We must not let Angmar down. Spirits, to me! I call forth the spirits! We now have Golodir's mail shirt. It is time to leave this dreadful place. For Lorniel! On to the next tower.
Heard by the call of the Dark Lord, the goblins of the Misty Mountains have sent an emissary to Minas Mar to treat with the Iron Crown. If these two forces unite, there may be no stopping Angmar from sweeping through Eriador.
Did my king send you to stop me taking Angmar? Heralds, get in here and fight, you lazy curs!
Oh, look! It's Golodir's sword! Now we must find where the dower hands are being kept.
With the downfall of Scourge, the dower hands have become leaders. In desperation, they have sent an emissary to Minas Angos to renew the alliance that their late lord forged with Angmar. An alliance which cannot be allowed to survive.
Death to you all! Angmar wishes our power. We will show them our power. Let us see how you fare against the combined strength of me and my men.
We have retrieved Golodir's shield. We have all the gear now. We can now return to Laerdin with all the tools.
So you have returned, and with success. Alas, this gear is no longer fit for use. I fear the flicker of my plan is soon to be extinguished. Still, there may be some hope left. What hope remains to Golodir must lie with his own people. It may be that they can repair this gear or somehow draw from it something that may renew Golodir. Take this equipment to the hidden Ranger encampment of Estelden in the North Downs. I am sure you have been there before. Tell them Laerdin of Regin sent you. Time is wasting for Golodir. Golodir's equipment. I will help however I can. Yes. I believe I can repair the damage to his mail shirt, but repairing the shield and the sword, well, that is beyond my ability. I think, though, one of the armor smiths here in Estelden will be able to help. Go and take the sword and shield to Toram. While you do this, I will set to work on the shirt.
So Golodir lives. It's an amazing thing. I had thought him long dead, yet another victim of Angmar. It is a shame, though, that his friend was won at the price of his daughter's life. Lorniel was a gift, beautiful in spirit and form. What a shame. I have gone on too long. Let me see that sword and shield. I will do what I can to help Golodir. The sword looks of elf make. The shield, though, that's something I can repair. Well, the shield was not a problem, although I've never seen one quite like it. This was not Golodir's shield. It is much older and bears the markings of the South Kingdom. Very interesting. Whatever the case, it will serve him well. The sword, though, well, that is another matter. It was forged by the elves long ago. It is beyond my ability to repair. I am sorry, but I have done what I can. Perhaps Dervun will have another thought on how to repair Golodir's sword. Fortunately, without too much difficulty, I have been able to repair the shirt. I am disappointed, though, that Toram was unable to repair the sword. At least he was able to repair the shield. It is interesting that the shield you found was not Golodir's, but is of the South Kingdom. It is quite a mystery, but one that must be solved another time, I suppose. Returning to the sword, we are to have it reforged. I can think of but one place where there are elfsmiths of sufficient skill to repair it. Here, take Golodir's gear and travel to Rivendell and speak to Master Elrond. I doubt not that he will be able to assist you. His smiths are among the greatest of the elfsmiths of his day. Do not tarry here. If this will help to renew Golodir's broken spirit, then you must make haste to Rivendell. Ah, Travian, your tale saddens me, for I know Golodir, and he was a good man. It pleases me to know that he lives, but it grieves me that this false king was able to break him so. That a wraith has returned to power in Angmar troubles me even more. I have never heard of Mordirith. That is a mystery upon which I must dwell. Now go to Hemeldir, my chief smith, and instruct him to reforge Golodir's sword. You will find him near Imladris's forges.
Only through banding together shall we be free of the enemy. Master Elrond requires this sword to be reforged. Very well. It is a minor essay in elfcraft. It will not take long. But what is this? I dare say this shield did not belong to your friend Golodir. This shield is far older, from near the fall of the Northern Kingdom. It is also from Gondor, not the North. Indeed, it looks familiar. I seem to recall it's like among the royal line of Gondor. I will speak to Master Elrond about this later. For now, I will turn my hand to the task required of me. Let me attend to this sword now. There, the task is complete. The work is done, Travian. It little resembles the weapon from which it was birthed, but I believe it will better serve its master. Take it now to Master Elrond for his approval. As always, Hemeldir's mastery shows forth in the work of his hand. This sword shall henceforth be known as Dunakar, Avenger of the West, for it shall avenge the death of Lorniel, daughter of Golodir. Dunakar is a fine sword, and I foresee that one day the Steward of Angmar will rue its reforging. Go now. Return to Leardin and bring him Golodir's gear. I hope that Golodir will see his despair for what it is, the machinations of the enemy. Leardin awaits you at Gothforthna in Angmar. You have returned, Travian. What news? The sword has been reforged. Dunakar it is named. Yes, I can feel the virtue within it. And what did you say about the shield? It is not Golodir's. It shall have to make do. Take the gear to Golodir in his quarters.
What is this? My mail shirt? I thought it lost forever. And this shield, it is not mine, but it is a thing of wondrous beauty. But this sword, is this my sword? It was forged long ago by the elves of Rivendell, an heirloom of my family. I thought it lost forever, but now it has returned as Dunakar. It is well named Avenger of the West. Indeed, it will avenge my daughter. The time for vengeance is at hand. Despite the strength you have seen within Angmar's bosom, it is a strength which may falter quickly. Mordirith, the false king, is a creature of great power, but I believe he may be hindered, if not destroyed altogether. I will return to Carn Dûm and face Mordirith. It is time to cut the iron crown from the head of this serpent. I would ask that you stand with me. Together, we will pass into that vile city and place Mordirith in the throne room of Carn Dûm. Gather what companions and supplies you need, for the fight ahead will be terrible. The journey into Carn Dûm will be a difficult one,
But Mordirith must be thrown down. Are you ready to travel? Yes. Let us set forth.
Heartened by the gift of Dunakar from Elrond of Rivendell, Golodir prepares to assail Carn Dûm and drive the sword into the unseen heart of Mordirith, the murderous Steward of Angmar. Courage may bring hope, but a thirst for vengeance could spell doom.
It seems my long imprisonment in Carn Dûm has served us well. We have come far into the Witch King's keep unnoticed. It would be folly to think, though, that our fortune will hold. Already, Mordirith may be aware of our presence. Steel yourself for the battle ahead. I have few words of advice to offer you, other than to warn you that Mordirith is a master of trickery and illusion. He will try to break your resolve with his words. Do not let him. Keep to your hope and trust your companions. Shall we go now? Steel yourselves, as Mordirith will try many things to break our resolve.
Greetings. After spending so much time in my care, I'm surprised you have returned so quickly, Lord. Have you spent so little time in mourning your daughter?
Villain! I would have died in her place! And it would have been better for you if I had.
I can see that you have learned nothing from all my patient instruction. Perhaps simply viewing others through the Palantir was not enough. Come now, Golodir. Let your lessons continue.
Follow me, friends.
You see, Golodir, over the long years of this age, many have tried to resist Angmar. All have failed. Do you wish to join these countless failures in death?
Those fallen, they are but Mordirith's illusions. Do not let them break your resolve.
Those who oppose the Witch King did so for many reasons. Some sought freedom from Angmar's yoke. Others sought glory. And yet others sought revenge. However, no matter what drove them, what flame burned in their hearts, that flame was extinguished.
Pay no heed to his words.
Even I, dear Golodir, learned the folly of opposing the Witch King. A lesson I learned from his very hand. As he instructed me, all was torn away. Thoughts of family, of brothers in arms, of friends and companions. Once my lessons were complete, the man I had been was gone. Even I, one of the Witch King's greatest foes, had become but his servant, a steward. So, Golodir, if you still hold to your fool's hope...
We are nearly to Mordirith himself. Stand firm. Steel yourself. We are entering the very heart of Angmar. The Witch King built this, his throne room, to celebrate, and now Mordirith sits upon the throne as steward. Where is he? Mordirith! Show yourself!
Enough of your illusions and lessons. But Father, there was one last lesson to be taught. What? No, you are not her. You are another illusion. Am I? Does it truly matter? Does it change all that has been lost in your futile attempts to shatter the Iron Crown? Mother was lost, friends uncounted, slain, and for what? Only for you to see your beloved daughter lying dead before the gates of Carn Dûm. Give up in this vain pursuit, Father. There is no shame in surrendering when you have lost so very much. My friends, please help me. Dispel this horrible illusion. Father, why did you let me die? This cannot be her. Father! Father! Please, stop! I'm sorry, Lord.
Well, Golodir, it seems nothing will make you see the truth of my words. And if my words cannot convince you of the folly of challenging Angmar, falling in battle before me will.
Defender of the West shall strike you down. Shall be cast down from your throne. I am firm.
never fall.
Do not lose hope.
Cannot win this day.
You shall be cast down from the throne, Steward of Angmar.
This is not possible.
Where now are your words, false king?
False king, I'm more justly a king than he who sits before my throne. Let us be done, Golodir. In the end, your victory here matters not.
So be it. With the light of Dunakar, I strike thee down, false king.
No! I have but one last reserve of strength, Golodir. You have done well, but the light of your blade was not enough. I leave you now. Perhaps, Golodir, we will meet again.
Base coward! Mordirith, the coward, has escaped us. But did you notice that the blade of Dunakar was still lodged within his breast? I wager the pain of that blade's light shall be a constant reminder of the evil he has committed. Well, my revenge is not yet complete. I would wager there will be others who will complete this task. For now, I can take solace in this fact. A moment. Someone approaches. Look, the gate to the east opens.
Oh, you have done well, young ones.
Old woman, who are you? What are you doing here?
Your questions will be answered in time. But for now, I know that you have done me a great favor. A great favor indeed.
She has taken the Palantir. It is gone, and with no way to follow her. I fear that we shall hear from that old woman again, and sooner than we would wish it. But an unsettling end to our battle. I fear that there is much more to that old woman than what we see upon the surface. However, we cannot deal with that matter now. We should leave here before we are overrun with Angmarim or their servants. We should tarry here no longer. Are you prepared to leave? I will show you the secret ways out of Carn Dûm and back to Garthforthner.
The gift of Dunakar, Avenger of the West, renewed Golodir's spirit, and with the sword he avenged the death of his daughter. But though Mordirith was weakened, he was not destroyed, retreating to nurse his hurts and plot revenge. How will this help us in our struggles? Will Sauron maintain control, or will another power claim Angmar?
Mordirith has been weakened, though not destroyed. The way through is open for others to finally throw down this false king. I wish that it had been I who had driven that foul creature back into shadow, but it is enough to have done what I have. I ask that if you do return to Carn Dûm, finish the work that we started. Strike down Mordirith. Although a creature such as he cannot be entirely destroyed, for he can simply recloak, such a loss for him will be a great victory for the peoples of Eriador. Still, there is more I would ask of you. This victory is an important one, though not as complete as I had first hoped. However, even this victory will give us a brief reprieve from the onslaught of the enemy. I would ask that the news of our success be brought to my chieftain, Aragorn, son of Arathorn. You have met him, then? He is at Rivendell? Oh, well, go then, to speak with my lord Aragorn, in one of the guest rooms along the road that winds up the southern slope of the Vale of Meladris, and tell him of our deeds here. As you wish. So Golodir did not perish, and the shadow of Angmar is, for the moment at least, weakened. I am of a mind that even if Mordirith does finally fall, he may someday return, or another shadow of the enemy will take his place. Still, your efforts were valiant and deserving of praise, Travian. Your name will not be forgotten by the Dunedain of the North.